Okie dokie, welcome back. We're having a wild time with this question mark mechanic, making us loop around and reuse it multiple times. It's fascinating. And I left things on a bit of a cliffhanger. We've got 79. I'm pretty sure there's something on the next page. We might be at the end, roughly. Because I know chapter 8 is the last one. Before there's like some expansions. I have no idea how complicated those will be or how big they'll be. We'll have to see. But we've got a bunch of advanced puzzles to get back to as well, so we'll do that afterwards. 79. Let's do that. Techniques that I've been using. So that's the fact that I can like loop around and go back to a question mark is the thing here. And reuse it if I've used it as an X previously. Okay, so we have the potential for looping here. I see these X's that do allow that. We have a T. T and A are probably going to be at the end, right? We're going to be doing a tar to get rid of the X's. We've got D, S, V, L, R, K. So we have potential for a lock here, right? We do not have potential for a tlack. As far as I can tell, no. Well, the T would have to be, well, okay, T, L, well, no, T, L, A, X, K. In fact, I could use just one of them, right? T, L, A, K. So I could do a tlack immediately. I would use one of the question marks and the T and the K. How am I planning to get rid of all these things? I would get rid of two other things up here. Can I do tlack twice? That would be nice, right? No, because the T and the K are gone at that point. Oh, except I can maybe do it with the remaining question mark. Tlack. Get rid of two more. I think I'm going to have one letter left over there. Let's use the plastic. Okie dokie. So, what I was thinking was T. Let's use this as an X to begin with. So T, and then we use this as the L and the A. But then that's going to get crossed out. Yeah, that's going to get crossed out. That's fine. Got tlack. But why bother? Why bother using them? Yeah, I'm being silly. We'll use the K. There's no point using that T, especially if I want to use the T for the tar at the end. I can just use these as a word each, and use the K up. I can't use the L though. That's my issue. Except unless I use it for a lock. So let's say I used one of these for tlack, and I do use the K. So it's TLA on that, and the K. And that's just an X at that point, so I don't rub it out. So I get to get rid of two things. Let's say that and that. At that point, we could in theory do another tlack like on there. Get rid of two more things, but then we have an extra one to get rid of. That is interesting. Can I use the L as part of a lock at some point? L-O. Oh, in fact, I could do a lock immediately, but then I'd have to cross out the question mark, and then I can't do the second tlack. Yeah. Because we'd be using that question mark. So if we did this, we could do lock and screw out another one, but we kind of end up in the same situation where there's, oh no, hold on. Hold on. Back to the idea of doing tlack. I'm ripping out two. Can I make the second tlack use that L? That would be great, right? That would be really great. How would I do that though? Like that L is like an end point, a dead end. So, yeah, like how am I going to get to an L after that? All of these are X's and can't be X's. The T's down here. T L A K. So it'd have to be all on that question mark, so only the question mark would go away, and I've still got one left over at the end, which is not good. Is there something clever I can do here where I can use the L at some point? How? I don't see how that would work. Unless I use it for lock, but then that still only gets rid of one thing. It says it would get rid of the L and the K. Oh, maybe that's all it is. So use LOK, that gets rid of all three of those. I can get rid of an extra thing. No, this doesn't work out. Okay. I got rid of two of those plus one. Then slack I can do on here just by looping around. Get rid of that. And two more. Yeah. I guess the problem is I've shifted the K over to the lock. D isn't part of a word, right? No. None of the other letters are part of words. No. It's just the L and the K. I guess I would like to do... Look, I've got four things to get rid of. I'd like to do two slacks and then the tar. For sure. So is there some clever way I can use that L as part of a slack? Or do two locks, I guess. That seems unlikely. Or do three slacks? Get rid of all six things. No, because I've only got two question marks. So I want to use that L. Ideally, it's part of the slack, but that's just not possible, right? How could I ever go into that L and go to an A? I don't want to go from an R. I don't, in fact, yeah, there's like no direction I can go into it and then leave in a good direction afterwards, except into the X. But then how do I get into the L in the first place? From the D? No. So instead, I guess I want to do... Like maybe the tar is a... No, I'm definitely doing a tar at some point, but maybe not using these letters. Like maybe the tar is just from the question mark. Oh, that's unlikely, isn't it? I want to fill this in and do tar. Almost certain. I have no way of using the L as part of a slack. I only use it as part of a lock. Then one of the question marks is gone. And... we only shade in one other thing. Wait, what? So LK, one other thing. That gets rid of three things. I just need to get rid of three more things. The problem is the L and the K have both been used up. What other words do we have? BE. There's no space to write anything, so that's never going to be useful. Tar, and all these letters are different, so it's clearly trying to stop me from just using tars to get rid of stuff by having so many different letters. LO. We could use it. L. We'd get rid of an X though. That feels bad. Like L. O. And we just keep using that as the remaining letters. And then do a diagonal somewhere. This doesn't feel amazing. Does it? No, not really. Can I do a tlack from here? No, because that's crossed out. So I can't do a loop here anymore because I've got rid of that. Who knew 79 would be so difficult? I almost certainly want to do that tar at the end, right? LOK would get rid of one more and the question mark. And there's no other way of doing that. Like, to do any of the words I want to do, I have to use a question mark up. Unless I can do a word... I mean, if I do a word that only involves a question mark, so I use a question mark up. Two tlacks would be ideal. One to get rid of the L, one to get rid of the K. Yeah, that would be perfect. But I can't get rid of the L because it's in the middle of the word tlack. So that's, I guess, my general issue there, is that L is not in a good place to be part of the word tlack. It isn't a good place to be part of the word LOK or LO, LOLO, LOLO. But then with LOLO, I end up making, let's just try it again. So it could be U and U that gets used up. That's no better, right? Like, yeah. That is a little bit better. Okay. No, because I still need to get rid of the diagonal somewhere. Don't want to get rid of that. Can get rid of the S. Doesn't feel like I'm getting rid of enough stuff, though. Yeah, I'd have to do a diagonal like here. And now we can't do a loop. T, L. We'd end up over here into the D. T. Start with T there, go around. Yeah, I just can't do the loop anymore. That's the issue. What have I done tlack first? Okay. So T, loop around, end on the K. So just get rid of one of the things. Which one? This one? Sure. Get rid of the K. Don't use the T up. Then do, so that's tlack. So I can get rid of two things like that and that. Then do L, go around the loop, O, L, O. So that would use that and that and do a diagonal. That works. Tar. Okay. Change the order of operations. Okie dokie. What was it? It was select using one of them. I think I used that one, right? So that's a T. Go around the X. That's an X. Do the loop. I think that works. L, A, K. So that's that used and that used. I can get rid of the D and the S because I want to leave the diagonal open to get rid of with the LO, LO. L, turn, go through this line, turn, O, do the loop, L, O. So that uses that and that. And we can do the diagonal. And then TA across the goo to get rid of the X's that remain. Ta-da! Let's find out what's on the next page. This is the final page, right? I'm not missing one. Yep. Puzzle 80. Oh, another word. Learn the last keyword, griever. If you find and black out griever in the following puzzle, you immediately and successfully finish the game. I see. There's a word that ends the game. Curious. I mean, maybe I should do the other puzzles first. Maybe we should save this. Should we save this? Okay, what did I leave behind? So I did the first chapter for sure. Chapter 2, I think I did. 16, 17. Yep. There's these ones as well, which we'll go to afterwards. Did I do the ones at the end of chapter 3? 26, 27. Yep. Chapter 4. So 38 I did not do. Okay. Which section was this? Was this conductors? Conductors. Okay. Let's try and do 38. It's just huge. Look at it. All the possible routes we could take. It's probably going to require the plastic, so why don't we just get it ready already? Here we go. So, I see a T and an L. Probably going to be a tlac at some point. Oh my gosh, the routes we could take here. Do I see any words I could do already? I can see a LOK I could do. Anything else? We don't have the words B at this point. I assume they wouldn't come up. There is a B though. There's no E, so it can't happen. Tar, do we have the word tar yet? Is it possible to do it here? I mean, it is possible to do it here, but we don't have the word yet, right? They wouldn't make me use... Was B-E... Oh, maybe we do have the word tar. When did tar come up? Yes, okay, the word's here. We do have tar. Okay, so there is a tar. There's 2 tars available, in fact. What does that do? That lets me rub out all the letters of a particular... all the spaces with a particular letter. So, T-A, T-L. Like, obviously, there's all the blanks. Like, we could use a tar, just get rid of all the blanks immediately. This is probably what this is going to be about. Is like, I do want to do that, but not immediately. Let's just like do it and see what happens. Get rid of all the blanks. Because there's so many. I'm not going to fill them in any other way. Right? And then, well, maybe I should use that tar so that I can do TL. There's no A. T L, we just go straight to K, which is curious. We can't use BE here. We do have a LOK. Why would LOK be useful? I can't add X's or anything. Oh, this is the confusing thing about going back, is that you start thinking about all the other rules that you know of. There's a LOK. There's a B and an F and a K, which I probably need to just go at some point. TXXK. Is there the potential for a tlac there? Well, there's obviously another tar, but that's probably for the X's at some point. 1 tar for the empty spaces, 1 tar for the X's. TL. Clearly this is going to be a tlac at some point, right? So how could that work? That's maybe what I need to figure out. I do not have any way of adding new letters in at this point. Just the conductors. Why am I getting rid of the thing? Still going to need it. So TL. It's possible it could be part of a tar. I'm using the L for a LOK. But if you're just going down to a conductor, you have to be going to that one. So when's the A coming up? Unless we get rid of the... Ah, yes. Okay. So we're doing LOK at some point. TL... Okay, so what it's going to be is tar... Get rid of all the spaces, maybe. Like, I might be getting the ordering wrong here. Get rid of all the spaces. LOK... Oh my gosh. Yes, I see how the tlac is going to go. It's winding back and forth all over itself. So probably want to get rid of something up here that leaves... Yeah, okay, I think I've got this. Then we do TL, X, A, X, X. Oh, I need to get rid of the other tar. Oh, but then the X's are gone. I can't get rid of the x's. So I need to use that tar, but then I needed to use that tar. Oh, that's interesting. It's like I need to use both of the tars, but I can't. Because I had to use that tar to be able to get the tlack across here. But I also had to use that tar to get the tlack across there. So let's say I did use both tars. What would I use the other tar on? The x's have to be gone at some point. But maybe I get another tar. It's not unreasonable, right? Well, there is another t up here. Okay, so actually, yeah, maybe I stick with what I was doing. Get rid of the spaces. The ordering here doesn't matter too much, I don't think. LOK, get rid of something else, not the K, not the T. But maybe we should use the tar right now, the other tar, to get rid of not the X's. Like I could just use it to get rid of like the B. Feels weird, but sure. And then LOK, get rid of the F. Then with the tlack, TL, I can now get to the tlack and do two things, but I'm not going to have to do a tar after this. We'll just have, like, I've got one letter left over. So how can I make that not a problem? So I need some way of using that T, or... I think I'm falling into the red herring here. But it does make sense that would go around like that. So then what's the other T for? I could be using it in something. I could be going TA. But then that A is part of the tlack, right? Yeah. So that A could be part of the tlack. Ooh, interesting. T... Like if I do LOK first... that doesn't get rid of the X. Oops. If I do LOK first, order of operations, and get rid of the F, I can do TA here to get rid of all these instead of the ones that are available. Does that make an interesting difference? At that point, can I do the tlack? No, I'd have to use this tar. On what though? And that T would be left over. I don't want to use it on the X's. On the B. I want the A to still be there. I want the T to be gone. That T has to be gone. So I use it on the T. And I can do tlack. TL, A, K. Oh, there are two things left. Oh no, but there's also all the X's. Am I doing three tars here or not? Definitely doing a tlack at some point. And in order to do that, that T needs to have been used, that T needs to have been used. Because the other thing is that I can change direction. Like, like in here, I could go a different direction. Go down to this K. No, because that K needs to have been used up. It almost certainly is doing this, isn't it? That winding path to get to that K. It's just like, what else needs to happen? That T needs to be gone. Let me do it again. So tar, fill these in. Other tar. Not the X's. So something else. B. That's clearly a waste. F. Why am I doing that? I don't know. I need to get rid of these, I guess. Then T, L, A, K. get rid of two things, but I don't have tar left over. I need another A, and I don't have another A. So I can't do 3 tars, right? That's just not viable. Because I do have 3 A's. So then I'm not doing tlack? Like, it's possible I'm using the L for a lock, right? How would that work? Oh gosh, that could work. L, get rid of... Oh, so TA, get rid of the spaces. I can do L. I guess I'd have to use this K, which I can't have done. L, no, this doesn't work. This is another K to go to. There's one there. But I'd have to use that A as well. So lock, let's get rid of the F. The X is still available. T to the A. L, but the O's gone. How am I doing lock if the O's gone? How am I doing lock if the O's gone? L. I mean, I can change direction there into the O, into that X. Oh gosh, yeah, okay, I see it. L, O, K, that's set up for a reason. That would require all the blanks to be filled in, and that TA. So probably, yes, that's being used for the blanks. Okay, so let me do that actually. So start off with those, fill these in. Something I've done a lot now. That's, that's, those and that. Now I can do L. That K, no, it doesn't work because that K would have to be gone. L, X, that K needs to be gone, but without the O being gone. Also, I use the other tar to get rid of the K. Both of the Ks? Seems unlikely, but L, I can now do X, X, O, X, X, X. Oh no, the K's gone. So that K can't be gone and not gone at the same time. And the L can't get past the K without it being gone. So the other, so if I am doing lock with this L, it has to be this K that's part of it, right? Which feels like it would be quite difficult. So yeah, that if I was doing, because that could be a trick, right? Is that I'm using that L for a lock and then maybe making a tar out of that T. That's the thinking. L, but for this to be a lock, it would have to go to that O, because there's no other O coming from anywhere else, to that K. So that K would have to be gone, but how would that K be gone? By doing a tlack, I guess? But then how would also this lock get to that K? I'll just skip over that T. The tlack's probably right? But then maybe these being 2 tars is the issue. Maybe that A is getting used with that T. So like this, getting rid of that like that, and then we're using this A as the tlack or something. So that could be the thing I use to get rid of all these. So it was lock, tar, to get rid of all the spaces. But then what's this T being used with? I mean, we could do tar, but go all the way around the circle. Oh, I mean, we could do something else. T, like this. In fact, we can't go around that way. Oh, okay, so without that A, oh, even with that A, it doesn't work. Oh, I've been messing up. So tlack doesn't work like that. I've been turning at that A, which I can't do. So actually, how can it work? Here, there. Okay, so that A is never part of the tlack. Right, we have to do like a double loop here and get that A involved. So yeah, I think that is right. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Holy moly, what does that mean? It means that T needs to be gone, but that A needs to not be gone. So therefore that T is getting used with that A? Quite possibly. Let's think about that. Because like if I just, let's say I use this tar immediately. Rather than that. Or that. To fill in all this stuff. And then let's say we use this T with that A. For what? For something. Because I want to be able to do slack, which I can now do. I have to get rid of the K as well. But yeah. Oh, I'd have to have done that already. Oops. Let's do this again. So what was it? It was I've lost track. This tar to get rid of all these. This then LOK to get rid of something. I don't know what yet. Let's just imagine it's the F or something, or the B. F or B. Then tar here. Now slack still work out. Loop around like this. A, K. Yes, it does. So what am I using? I just did the LOK and then I did a tar, right? So what am I getting rid of with the tar? It could be the T. No. I mean, I guess it's going to be B, but then we're going to have the same issue where we've got T left over. TL, well, no, those don't get rubbed out. Round here, A, K, get rid of two things. But I need, yeah, okay. I need a tar at the end. So getting rid of that T is bad. I think I need a tar, potentially 2 tars or 3 tars, and a slack. But I only have 3 A's. So that's not happening. So what I am having is 2 tars and a slack. So then that means if we've got 2 tars and a slack, 1, 2, 3 T's. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 T's, and then 3 A's. 2 tars and a slack. Then there's a remaining T that needs to be used up somehow. Potentially by the LOK covering it or a slack covering it. So if that's the case, how many things does that get rid of for us? 1 tar is going to get rid of all the spaces. 1 tar is going to get rid of all the X's. In fact, let's figure out what that leaves. So let's assume we've got rid of all the X's and all the spaces. How many other things do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there are 14 other things. Except there are less because we've used 2 tars to get rid of those things. So there's 10. There's 10 things left. And I'm also thinking there's a slack in there, which is -6. So there's 4 things left. LOK, get rid of something. So that feels right. 2 tars, a slack, and a LOK. Okay. That works, right? So then that means there needs to be a LOK at some point. So then there's the K, B, and F, and the remaining T to think about, right? LOK, tar, yeah, remaining T. So these 4 or these three and another T somewhere. This is almost certainly the TLAC. It's almost certainly doing this loop. So how are they getting rid of? We've got the two tars that are getting rid of the other things. And then we've got a TLAC which gets rid of two things and a LOK that gets rid of one thing. So how do I end up getting rid of 4? How does that maths work out? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The two tars are gone. Let's just scribble everything out as though I could just do it like magically without thinking about the rules. All these are gone. All the x's are gone. That's from the tars. The TLAC is going to get rid of that. Well, no, that, I guess. And that's that. Can get rid of two things. And then LOK gets... That does work out. What's wrong? Why? I swear that's like an idea. Maybe I just didn't scribble something out for one of the keywords or something. I swear this is the kind of thing I tried. So, like... I guess the problem is the tar being early. So, but isn't there... There's no issue then with me doing this. And then tar here. Let's get rid of these. But those two do need to be gone in order to do the TLAC. Except it can be that T and that... Yes, okay. So I need that A to still remain. Okay, that's the thing I know. So it's that T and that A. So I do LOK. That T... to get rid of that, maybe... That... Oh, I do need to use a tar. So that tar can get rid of these. That T with that A... Why? I don't want to use a tar on something that isn't the space of the x's. Okay, that's my mistake I'm making. So one of the tars has to come later, after I've done the TLAC. So therefore, I need one tar to fill in all these spaces. And then I need to be able to do the TLAC. The issue being that there's letters in the way. T, L... There's a T in the way. Let's circle it. You're in the way. You're in the way. Because I need to get to an A first. You go up here. Go around here. You're in the way again. Oh, the L, those in the way as well. But I can get rid of these with the LOK. To here. Yeah, get rid of those with the LOK. A. T's in the way. So it's just the T that's in the way. So we need to get rid of you somehow. But it can't be with a tar. It can't be the first tar because the first tar, because then I'd have to use that A, but I need that A. Okay. How do I use you up? TLAC, tar, tar. Except, yeah, there's no other opportunity to use that T. Oh, but I can get rid of that T with the LOK. That might be the trick. L, okay, get rid of the T. Tar, get rid of the spaces. Do that. At this point, I need to get rid of... No, I don't need to get rid of that A. Can I do the TLAC right now? Yes, I can. I do want to use another tar at the end. This is it. I've got it, right? So TL... A, no, not that A. That A is going to be part of the final tar. A, K, we're doing that loop down there, like this, like that, along there to there. Get rid of two things, B and F. Tar, get rid of the X's. Fantastic puzzle. Amazing. I love that I could just work my way towards that by just figuring out like what letters had to be used with what things. Okay, so the weird thing was using the LOK. Let's get rid of this T. And then also using this tar to get rid of the spaces. All these spaces. At this point, I can do the tlac, and I do the tlac, yep. TL, X turn, 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 A, X turn, X turn, K, shading two things, B and F, T, X turn to A, get rid of all the X's. Amazing. Really nice. Wow. That was really cool. So probably sit to the next one next time, but it looks like it will be these two at the end of chapter 5. What was the word here? Was it B? I think it was. Look at all the B's and E's. Yeah, I can see I've been writing down letters. Definitely, for sure. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I need to come to these picture puzzles as well at some point. But yeah, next time we'll do 46 and 47. See you for that.